Welcome to the adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein the fellas discuss setting yourself on fire, fighting with Twitter bots, and melting down at Meltasia. Now play the music, Curate. Friday night, I brought a couple of key lime pies over to a friend's house. He had
from
Steve's key lime pies down in Red Hook.
Red Hook, yeah,
on the pier.
You don't like it? Wow! Wait a second.
Whoa!
Hold on. I know we're gonna get into your story.
Strong feelings.
I would like to see
strong feelings
like
from Jay Balone.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like he looked at me and gave me a look like, "Oh, Steve's key lime pies are not that good." I'm curious to.
Okay.
He must have had it like not fresh.
Yeah. Did you get a frozen one?
Steve killed my puppy. No,
There's no getting around that.
Yeah. I just lived in Florida and there was key lime pie there and it was the best in the world, and this is pretty good, but it's very expensive and not quite as good.
Well, you can't just find key limes on the ground in Red Hook in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I'm saying it's fine for what it is.
You gotta pay for the travel of the key limes.
For New York key lime pie, it's pretty good.
I picked up a buddy from high school Friday, and he said, "Oh, this is a pie party." I had not read the email, so it was time to get some pie real quick. So we shot over to Red Hook and picked up some key lime pies.
You're lucky. Sometimes they don't have any key lime pies left in that place.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, you should New Yorkers, you should go visit Daily Pie in Brooklyn, because the owner's going through some stuff, little breast cancer treatment, and she needs some help.
She could use some
her pies are amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
Really, really delicious.
That's Daily.
Yeah, Daily Pies. DALY Pies on Vanderbilt.
Check that out. And now that we're done plugging pies, welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
As I was saying.
And to his right beside the beautiful, beautiful Yamaha guitar, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Hi there. I'm interested in Mike's story, so we should let him continue to speak.
It's not so much that it was a story as a group
we're
of
at
words.
Steve Key Lime Pies, and he got them. So was that the end of the story?
Oh no, we were making it to Jersey, but we had to make this pit stop real quick for pies. Did it before 6 p.m. when the pie store closed, so we were on top of things, and then went to Jersey. I must have had 5 or 8 pies. It's real hazy.
It was like a pie sampler.
You feel like you're an adult.
Pie flights.
Mm-hmm. You feel like you're more of an adult going to a pie party, and not a pizza pie party. I've had plenty of pizza pie parties in my day, which are very young, fun, sleepover-esque, adolescent maybe.
I think here we just call those parties.
Yeah, well, under the age of 12, we call them pizza parties.
Well, do you remember that?
Mom, I want to have a pizza party for my birthday.
Pizza party.
The first time
Here we go.
The first time I ever watched Total Recall, I was having a pepperoni pizza party, and it made me sick because
you sassed off your mom, and you were like, "What's up, Janelle?" You're like, "Janelle's not my real mom."
There was so much blood and guts, and it was a Sicilian pie with pepperoni on it, that it made me think about all like the bullet holes and the people exploding, and I didn't want to eat it.
I think that's why I never liked haggis, because I had it while I watched Brian De Palma's Carrie. I don't know if you. It's another reason that Jeremy.
Are you being serious right now?
You're so gullible, and it's another reason that Jeremy's so vegetarian is because he also had haggis while watching Brian De Palma's Carrie. Of course, it was his senior year of high school.
It was haggis hummus.
Wow. Haggis hummus,
and he survived off of it for months.
That is my Animal Liberation Front handle. Haggis hummus.
Double H.
Yeah. No double H's.
Okay,
Mike, you've been getting into a lot of Twitter wars with robots, and I jumped in to help you one day, and then I got the immediate response I got was, "Hey man, you can never argue with bots," like making me feel like I was stupid for arguing with somebody that didn't exist, but I still stood by you.
Thank you for backing me up. They don't exist.
So just explain. Can you explain to me how do you just like search hashtags to get pissed off at people, or like? Oh no, because those people aren't in my feed, so I don't see a lot of that because I try to curate my to not see all those bumbling fuckheads unless someone retweets it.
It's called developing a bubble. It's called bubble development. No, I think most of them are people who ride hashtags, or I was looking at
they find you because you post something.
No, I was looking at what the Giants had to say, and then I knew that everything that the Giants had to tweet, that people were going to be like, better not kneel, don't kneel, motherfucker, better not kneel. And it was so easy. It was like everybody's first response to everything that they had to say was just like, we're warming up on the field, practicing our offense. Better not kneel. Better not kneel. So it was easy to find those people.
Fucking assholes.
And also, there are people are happy to use hashtags to be found. It's like they're not hiding themselves.
No, I just like that, particularly with the take a knee. And the boycott NFL. You have two very distinct sides of that, right? You have people who want to not watch the NFL because they believe in Colin Kaepernick's thing and they believe in what's happening. So before they were kneeling, and it was just boycott the NFL. You have people being like, yeah, I'm burning my, boycott the NFL. I burn all my season. I love there was a video of a guy burning season tickets, and as someone who has season tickets, I'm like, you can just fucking print that shit out again. Yeah. Very nice, buddy.
Right.
It's a very big fucking thing you just did.
I mean, he did.
I'm just going to go reprint my tickets because I'm going to all the games.
I'm still going to all the games.
I'm still going to all the games. I got a mustache, so I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah. How many people go incognito to the Giants game?
What was easy was like the guy. One of the guys was like, so many NFL, so many fans like me. He was like, I'm done with my stadium tickets. I was like, which stadium do you go to? He's like, what does it matter? There are so many like
well,
me.
there's some you don't pay $1,000 PSL seat license, or some other places you do.
In other words, you don't exist, and you don't actually have an NFL team that you're not boycotting.
I just thought it was funny to like they have all these people like being like, these guys don't kneel and blah blah blah, and you guys are being bullshit to the flag, and we're gonna boycott the NFL. And then you have other people who are like, yeah, fucking A, man, I'm with you, Colin Kaepernick, boycott the NFL. And I just think it's funny that the one place we can all agree in that moment with these people who are on far sides of each other is that they can agree to boycott the NFL.
They're both mad.
I would boycott the NFL because they lied about CTE. That's what's important to me.
Well, I mean, plus years of horrible.
No, they've done lots of stupid
creating
things.
Monsters that then destroy their families.
Do you think the San Diego Chargers fans are happy? You think when you see 1,500 people
sitting on the 5 freeway,
1,500 people are in a 40,000 person stadium watching your team? When you think about what you could have had 2 hours south,
that sucks. What is sad is that it's an organization that we've all had a lot of problems with for a while, and all of a sudden has become this platform for protest. So it's polarizing people that had otherwise not given a shit. I have to admit that I try not to watch football, and I was still interested in seeing. I feel like I watched just a tiny bit too much of the shitty Jets game on Sunday to see the opening of the Giants game and what happened with what people are expecting to be a protest. It's so
it's weird it's I don't know. There's always a segment at the beginning now, and it's like, okay, and now we're going to take a look at what is going on on the sidelines, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like anything else. They sensationalize it, and then it just becomes meaningless.
Well, it's a very easy fix. What the fix is? Do what they did beforehand. Is just keep everybody inside. They do the national anthem without the players up there because,
Yeah.
If people are that upset about it, and the fans want to stand up and
those
support
people those people don't exist. Right. Those people are not real. That's the robot part. There is not this backlash of people who actually think these things in the numbers that you would.
Yes,
in the
I
numbers
would agree
that you
in the
would
numbers,
think.
but you also do find and again, it's probably because Fox and CBS are looking for it in the crowd during these protests that have happened, where they'll find people who are like uber American and like screaming the national anthem and pride and glory all over the place.
Not only
so, I mean, they do exist. But yeah, they you know.
Not only am I going to stand, I'm going to jump.
I think that we could. I think we could go too far here, and we might just ban the Naked Gun for Leslie Nielsen's, a Canadian Leslie Nielsen's version of the national anthem, which, as we know, was really bad.
But not Roseanne bad, right?
No, but look, Roseanne's still here. Where's Leslie Nielsen? He's dead.
Dead.
Right.
So,
do you wish it was the other way around? You wish it were?
I don't.
He's gonna watch the Roseanne reunion.
I don't
and get back to you.
particularly have any thoughts on Roseanne Barr.
Bar none.
Yeah, bar none. Bar none on that. Not my thing.
Right.
It would be.
But I did think it was funny that she grabbed her crotch and spit. I don't think it. I mean, I
How
understand that
old
it's
were you-
offensive,
how
but
old
I
were you
remember
when that
seeing that
happened?
being
How
like,
old were you when that happened?
oh, I don't know. Maybe 12, 13? Was that like got to be like 93, 94?
So as a
95?
teenager, yeah, I feel like it was
It was
not.
kind of like a punk. It was certainly not a punk rock thing to do, but maybe when I was 12 or 13, I was like, I'm kind of punk rock. She fucking grabbed her junk and spit. National anthem. Fucking A.
It's
But-
it's weird because of the character that she played on TV. You know that they were. I ran into a great little slice of an episode where this woman is just making her and Jackie feel horrible about their bodies, just left and right, and they just really give it back to this snooty woman in a great way. I'm not going to kill comedy by describing it.
No spoiler alerts on the original Roseanne show. We don't do that here on The Adventures
On the
of Dan
rerun,
Black.
yeah, reruns from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's funny that you even bring that up because I've dated someone a couple times the last couple weeks, and that is her go-to. I can watch that anytime.
Roseanne? Really?
And I still think it's good, and it holds my attention. And
Jeremy, I'm going to say this. I'm going to look you in the eyes. Get out now. God, you have to leave. Get out of here.
This is a red flag. I want you to make a checklist for me, and if one or two of these red flags come up, you get a point each, and if you have 4 points, you have to get out. Does she have an AOL.com email address?
It's like a Lyme disease test, right? You got to get five of the.
Does her email address end in AOL.com?
Don't believe so. I think I think it's Gmail maybe. Honestly, I don't know what it is.
It's 6 feet under is funder at gmail.com. And you have to be worried about that too. She's very
Dan
big into
lives
that.
at yahoo.net.
Yeah. Tattoo of my own husband.
That's right. What the yeah, and I don't know. I just thought it was, but you know what? You can't really talk because you do the ATeam. Like, it's I don't.
What about
yes,
it?
but there's I think the A team is purely for entertainment value and being.
Oh, I've let it fall off. There are many critical notes to be made about the ATeam.
I could imagine. Yeah.
There's
But if you're someone that can watch Roseanne all the time because that's your go-to show, she must get something out of it each time. I don't think you get anything out of watching the A-Team other than
obviously.
Did you
little
think
bit of
DJ was
adrenaline?
a brat? Didn't you think DJ was a
Which
brat?
DJ?
Definitely.
Dun dun.
There were two DJs?
Dun. Yeah, there were two DJs. I think.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was really mad because I felt that the A-Team could have been a better show if George Papard didn't chase out Melinda Kulea in the first season. She was Amy, and Amy was like the newspaper reporter that was like always gave the A-Team a veneer of legitimacy because she was like, I'm here investigating about that. I'm here working on a story.
The mentalist of the A-Team.
Oh, good
basically.
call. Good call. Way to bring it back to the CBS ecosystem. You Viacom junk.
Paying my
Les
bills.
Moonves,
Viacom
piece of
shill.
shit.
This couch that you're sitting on is paid for by Viacom.
I thought you just stole it.
No.
Then, yeah, go right ahead, Dan. I ran out of steam.
Oh no, there's no steam to be run out of when we're talking about the A-Team and Roseanne. Except I don't give a fuck
We could cut together.
because I don't really.
So we went, so we went down to Jersey, and I brought the pies, and we started singing songs. I think that was where it got to because these were guys that I used to play guitar with in high school, and they still recorded stuff together and stuff and such things. But
And they had a left-handed guitar for you.
No, working with those guys, I learned how to play upside down, and then eventually got my own guitar. But we didn't play a Tom Petty song that night. We played a few songs and sang along with each other, but we didn't play any Tom Petty songs that night, and it felt just poignant thinking back to it this week.
It's very It's Tom Petty hit hit a chord for me.
He struck a chord.
No pun intended.
Yeah, but you're smirking as if you like that the pun happened.
I did, because it was just natural, man. It's just natural.
Right. I'll give it to you. You said it well earlier, which was like your musical life.
As long as I can remember enjoying music on my own and not having people play music for me and finding stuff on my own, Tom Petty has been in that lexicon, that musical lexicon from the very beginning. One of the first songs I ever learned how to play on guitar was Breakdown.
Nice.
Right.
I mean, yeah. It's so cool, too, because he's a master of, like, simplicity, but, like, the studio records have so much cool shit going on, but it never felt overproduced, and it never felt like there was more shit going on than needed to be. Which is funny because I can't remember what documentary I was watching. I was watching something and they were talking about how, like in the studio while they were writing, like Tom Petty was like had all these like, oh, and then I'm going to do this. I'm going to play this lick. I'm going to play this lick, and it's going to be like this. And there's like a lot of shit, and like the producers would just be like, no. We're going to cut that beginning. We're going to cut all the stuff. Just give us the goods. Just give us the meat and potatoes, and it was.
Make sure you hammer on a lot,
man.
Hammer on.
He loved the hammer-ons.
Spanning several decades of rock.
Oh yeah, big time. And still doing it, and still do, like 2 years ago I was at SNL and he was a musical guest, and I didn't like meet him, but walked by him and was like, "Thank you," and we had a moment. Where he just didn't wink like you just did, Michael, but he acknowledged the fact that I said thank you.
For the listener, I just winked.
Is this
knowingly at Dan?
Is this like when you met the artist in the elevator? Sort of the same sort of idea.
Oh God, yeah.
You just have weird.
Well, because I don't like to say much.
You were there with Jay-Z.
I want eye contact, and I want them to know that I appreciate them.
444.
And I'm not expecting anything in return.
So after this podcast, I'm going to go out and try to interview these people, and I'll just be like, "Hey, do you remember the kid that just stares at you all the time?" Oh yeah.
Tom Petty's dead.
Restraining order. Yeah,
Jeremy.
Yeah.
So you can't interview him. That's messed up.
Or were you talking about somebody else?
But I haven't time.
Abramovich.
Yeah, there you go.
That's who I'm talking about.
Roman Abramovich, owner of the Chelsea Football Club, and definitely a criminal. Definitely a criminal.
No, but look, I'm glad that we've figured it out. We figured out a way to get from American football to Tom Petty, back to the European soccer.
Oh, I'm sure that Abramovich was in with Putin. He took all this. I don't know what he's. There are some guys who are honestly like billionaires in aluminum and potassium and things like that.
Aluminum magnet.
Right, which is ironic because it's not magnetic.
Right, but that's what the guy who Paul Manafort was trying to get in touch with so he could do some shady business.
Yeah.
It's all out there. You can read it. It's not fake news.
All these guys each guy has their own industry, and I'm really surprised they didn't all buy soccer clubs, but one of them decided to buy Chelsea and was very successful, spending a ton of money and winning a few things. And buying Liverpool's best player.
Now we see where it really hits. Hits deep for you.
Yeah, it cut a little bit.
I talked about liking Chelsea to someone at work who was a soccer fan.
And he looked at you and he was like, you obviously just have the FIFA demo. You don't have the full game.
Ooh, I have the new FIFA demo, though.
Yeah.
I have this year's now, so Mike, stepping up.
Okay, so you know what I did? I went a little back on memory lane and looked and made a sensible purchase of a FIFA from a couple of years ago for $20 or $17.
Really? I feel like you can get them at...
Sorry, 13.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds better. Must still be a...
We can take that. We can take that other part out, right? Yeah, 13. Yeah. I got it for $13.
Yeah, there you go.
$13? Is that on a PlayStation singular?
It's on a PS360. It's for my PS360.
It's the only game he has.
Hey, you know what?
For some reason.
Hey, Mike. Here's the thing. I'm just glad I never gave it to you because your brain isn't rotted. Do you know how many kids are rotted in the brain from GTA 5 and how it's my fault?
And that's the money you're going to feed your family with.
No, that money's long gone, my friend. SAG-AFTRA didn't fix that bullshit until afterwards. I wish it was all retroactive. Can you imagine that?
Did the video game strike get resolved to a certain
It's
extent?
sort of to a degree. To a degree.
Should be more up on that.
Yeah, you should have. Did you vote for the president?
No.
You didn't do anything.
No. Gary Johnson, actually.
Not
Just kidding. Everybody who voted for Gary Johnson is on my bad list, okay?
You could say shit.
No, because Melissa Joan Hart is on there, so she's not on my shit list.
But it's a bad list.
It's a bad list.
Yeah, it is. I got into a big fight with my parents about me saying that anyone who voted for Trump was an idiot.
Oh, no.
Saying that I shouldn't generalize like that. And I said, well, I think anybody who lives in the states of New York and New Jersey have every right to say that because we've dealt with this bullshit. So as long as I've been listening to Tom Petty, I've been hearing about what a piece of shit Donald Trump is.
Right. It's
my
true.
whole fucking life.
His bullshit continues.
So when some idiot in Wyoming votes for him because they saw him on fucking TV and thinks, Hillary and Benghazi and emails and the Clintons are murderers and all these things.
Don't forget your vote is worth less than the vote of the jerk in Wyoming because it only takes 300,000 of them to turn
a state of color,
to put in a state and two senators,
right,
and one House member, which is kind of embarrassing, but that's embarrassing. Yes, we're going to put you in the coal mine.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. We don't need to get political because we had a really fun.
It's a little late for that. We've got a great lineup for you today, guys. We got some musical guests and the Wallenda, the flying Wallendas are here. The trapeze people. Just kidding.
Nobody's here. What we are here to talk about. I'm sorry for the listener.
I was
dropping a pen.
Yep. No big deal. But yeah, you guys, we should talk about that. You guys went on an adventure.
Mike and I had a real adventure weekend.
Jeremy, I hope I didn't overreact. I just was really looking forward to you coming with us.
Oh, that's right.
It turns out that we just had 2 double beds, so it's pretty good that you didn't. It actually
worked out that you didn't.
Pretty good that you didn't come with us. Otherwise, you would have slept standing up in the closet. But it was
bathtub.
It was a great closet.
Bathtub.
I've slept in a bathtub once. It is not comfortable.
Really? You put pillows and shit in there? It's not comfortable?
I don't think I had time for the pillows.
And you get the laundry bag, you tape it over the shower head, so if somebody fucks with you,
it doesn't leak.
It goes into the bag and not on you.
You've got dickhead friends.
It's
if you had to think about that,
I'm sorry. Do you have a rubber?
I'm preemptively thinking.
Do you have a rubber laundry bag of some type?
No, like the ones that you have in the hotel that hang with the hanger.
Yes.
Those are
You've
very.
blacked
Those
out.
are very
at hotels
flimsy.
before.
They probably have holes in them too. To be honest, yeah.
I pack my dirty clothes in there all the time, and when I pull that bag out when the trip is over, that top part always rips off.
No, the bag goes
because it's perforated at the top.
Signore, no more.
Your socks is so smelly.
Your socks, they stink. I'm choking.
But yeah, Jeremy bitched out last minute.
That wasn't last minute. It was last minute to Mike, but
previously, he had let you know. Yeah, he had let you know earlier. But I was looking forward to just another road trip with us because I think we did put adventures in the title of the podcast. I'm trying to remember.
No, we did. Yes, it's the adventures of Danny.
But this is an adventure if you think about it.
Doing
really
a podcast, yes, doing a podcast is very adventurous.
Yeah,
it's only for the boldest and bravest.
That's right.
People.
That's right. And you don't know what's hiding behind that foam wall. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of your pubes, I would imagine.
I was going to say sheetrock and snot, but
I figure I would rip a couple pubes out and put them behind each one. So if they fell, then I could think that maybe one of my pubes landed on one of your shoulders.
That is disgusting,
that would
dude.
Make me laugh.
Not only is it disgusting, but that is the ass pennies formula.
It is the ass pennies.
It is ass pennies.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, UCB, for making me feel that way. But it's true.
Ass pennies.
No, but you guys hosted an event. You hosted an event in the
up in the Catskills.
Yeah.
Up in the Catskill Mountains. We went through this totally Irish town of Durham.
Very strange.
It was just
here these nice little old quaint houses.
It was shamrocks on every fucking thing. Yeah. Everything that was vertical had a shamrock on it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was very strange.
I mean, I had
like little gift places that were like, these are real Irish China.
Shillelagh.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like
porcelain
porcelain Irish stuff. This is Wexford. This is Waterford.
Yeah, Waterford Crystal and shit like that.
Yeah.
But we didn't stop at any of them, so we couldn't verify these claims.
Sometimes you
It could have been a front. It could have been a front for the IRA.
I thought of the Catskills as like, Jewish, the 40s, 50s, and 60s, like
yeah,
that.
what's it called? It's called the Borscht
After
Belt.
the Borscht Belt, exactly. Like that's what you think of up there. And then turns out there was this whole like Irish part of the Catskills. The Polish advertised the Poconos. That's what they like. They like the Poconos. I don't know that they ever went to the Catskills.
And then the Ukrainians went to
Crimea.
No, what's the
Jeez.
Marlboro? No, not Marlboro.
New York?
Marlboro?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a big. You shot a movie and we got to stay in this huge complex mansion.
Oh,
thing.
a settlement?
Yeah, that
Where-
was mostly.
Is it up? It's close to
Actually, it
Indian
might be
Point?
Polish. I don't know.
Is it close to Indian Point?
No,
Marlboro's up there.
I don't think it's Marlboro. That was another thing. But I'll do I could do a fact check.
Patterns of migration. Patterns and peoples.
But yeah, it's interesting to see that that's the. I don't know. It's just different when you go upstate or when I go up there to like camp or something. It's just small towny and beautiful and hilly. And
The place where we stayed was on the National Register of Historic Places.
Oh, that's
and
close.
it was exactly the right distance away from the campground where the festival was, where we wouldn't hear any rocking
Just
out.
enough to be out of it.
It was like
Oh,
1
really?
mile down the road.
And
Oh,
also
nice.
the National Historic part of that house, which is probably very much haunted because it was a weird looking
Oh
dilapidated
yeah, we didn't stay in
building.
that part.
We were a couple hundred yards up on the hill
Yeah.
on these beautiful, beautiful little motel rooms.
Double stacks.
Did you guys have door side by side or?
Well, we thought we had 2 room keys because we did have 2 room keys, but they were
That's-
for the same room.
They were just labeled
So we
differently.
I kept
the
looking
same
around and be
room.
like, this isn't true. Like, we said we got 2 rooms.
But they both opened up the same door, and that was the only one.
Yeah, and it took us a couple minutes to even recognize that because we were both like, no, this isn't it. No,
It's haunted.
No. What do you mean? Oh, you just can't lock the door? It's like, no, the door locks and my key opens it. Well, the door locks and my key opens it. Well,
It's a universal key.
I guess we're sleeping
Somebody's
in the
sleeping in
same
the car.
room.
That worked itself out quite quickly. But Meltasia was held in this campground that had all these cool, different, weird cabins, and then there were people camping. There were teepees and like airstreams and weird buildings, and
Yes, it was a place where also I think biker events happen. I feel like it was a very like a Catskills, like I'm coming up for the weekend for the bike show. And
There could have been a bike
What's
show.
it called? Oh, it was called the Blackthorn Resort.
There you go.
That's what it was called. Up in Durham, New York.
that's where we were. And there were rock shows, and there was
Mike and I had never hosted anything like this before. I've never done like
other than that
a-
open house, New Year's.
Oh, and that when you used
It's a
to
Pete and Pete episode.
open for the Stones. I didn't see that episode.
No.
It's probably season 2.
Yeah, you'll work
I'll
on the
get there.
poster.
I'll get there.
Yeah,
Christmas-
we want to.
Christmas is coming.
Oh, so Christmas is coming. This is like the most. It's like your uncle that gives you
I
the
can't-
shittiest gift.
No, I can't.
You know
Like,
what you're
wait,
getting
you
all
know-
year.
You know it.
Yeah, no, I can't
You know
do that
it.
anymore.
Look,
Like, here comes
it's a joke comb.
Yeah,
Right.
great. Thanks. Oh, is this a barrel of monkeys?
Right.
Very funny. Oh, what's in the bottom of the barrel of monkeys? Oh, a $5 bill.
Or a-
thanks,
or a
thanks, Uncle John.
Generic can of fruit salad that Snake pops out of.
Oh, I mean that would be. I would actually like that. I would prefer that to a meaningless barrel of monkeys with a $5 bill on the bottom of it. I could have said, "Hey, man,
Is that a real present?
just put the $5 in the card." No,
Right.
that was a real present. That had really happened to me.
What?
Wow.
The barrel of monkeys?
Yeah.
What's the worst present you've ever gotten? And from whom? No, don't tell from whom. But
I kind of liked all my gifts.
yeah,
Yeah, every
What's in that year?
single one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thankful.
I'm thankful too.
Even
I'm
on
just saying.
Christmas, birthdays, everything.
I can't remember if that was a birthday thing. I just thought it was really. I thought it was a random thing. And
I don't
know
think
he was
any-
trying to be funny.
No, I think I've always gotten good gifts, and even if it's like a sweater, I'm gonna wear it. I am. I am. I'll wear it.
Oh, I definitely don't wear things I don't like. If someone gives me,
It took me a while. Eventually,
I
I
don't know how
learned
you do
to.
that.
No, eventually I learned to exchange them. Eventually,
I thought you were gonna say eventually I would go through and I have to wear it because Mike has a thing where he has to wear every piece of clothing he has at least once.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, he's wearing for the listener.
For the listener, he's wearing a New York Knicks shirt,
Go
and
Knicks.
it's sad because the Brooklyn Nets wiped their fucking asses.
Oh,
with
you mean in the
court.
preseason game? Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares?
Great. Yeah, it's great.
Who cares? Preseason or not? You know what?
Doesn't care.
That's all a Brooklyn Nets fan
Actually,
gets.
that's
is
your
we-
regular
that's-
season. That's your
I was gonna
Super
say-
Bowl.
I was going to say that's how Giants fans felt Jet fans would feel about this season, but it turns out differently.
You know what's really funny though, and I feel bad now because of all the shit talking I've ever done about the Jets, is that Jet fans feel the pain and are more likely to commiserate with a Giants fan being 0-4 in this position.
Never.
I have not heard. I have a couple
once.
Jet fans who have been
No.
like, "Oh boy."
No, psychological
Sorry, man.
profile.
Oh,
psychological
are they
profile.
just fucking with me?
No, Jets, Mets. They're already used to this. They're used to this, like the cowering in the corner and
Yes.
collapsing syndrome. So there's not an affinity there that's real.
Did the Mets make the postseason? No.
Come on, man.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Fucked up.
It's okay, Jeremy.
They went 20 games under 500 this year.
We
Yeah.
we didn't bring any sports balls up to Meltasia, but we did help ourselves to 2 frisbees that I tried to get Dan to throw around and with
minimal success.
middling results.
the
I would
ankles?
say.
No, it wasn't the ankles. He would just throw it,
I'd
and
just
like
be
it
like,
was like
"Oh,
almost like
it's
a
fun."
dog. It wasn't like we were playing catch. Like he would just throw it and be like, "Where are you gonna go get it? Throw it back." Like, I'm not your fucking dog, Michael.
I don't remember that
This is
part
how
of the
sports
exchange.
work.
I don't remember that part of the exchange.
Well,
but
that's how I remember it, at least.
you,
I don't know.
Anyway,
I have
you
a hard
forgot
time
your-
remembering some stuff.
yeah, some stuff is
Wait,
hazy
why is
from
that?
that night.
Well,
I thought
I would imagine that Michael will tell you that the HSIs were high that weekend when you have a personal bartender in the backstage.
Dan, were you
that had-
indicating? Were you
that had,
indicating?
Lots of beers and tequila. I was doing lots of tequila shots. That
Wow.
was my thing.
I had a.
You had a tequila
I had a.
shot.
I had a tequila shot. I had a tequila drink on Friday night, and I think I had a tequila drink on Saturday night or something like that. I mostly went over to that guy and was like, "Give me
Can I have
some
some water?"
Give me some water. Give me another one for the kid." I kept, I kept bigging up
That's
Gerard.
true. Well, you were also giving me water, trying to make sure I stayed hydrated, being a good.
I was
TV
just
older
doing
brother.
the buddy system a little bit. It was also like, the permanent hoard. Whenever you work anywhere where there's free water, you just start hoarding water, and you're just like, hoard. I need this.
Unless it's Nestle, and fuck Nestle.
Fuck Nestle. God, they are the worst
No, what
brand.
did we get? We had Crystal Geyser.
That's probably
It's
Nestle.
probably Nestle too.
Oh no!
yeah.
Oh no!
I know. We might. Hey,
I'm surprised you didn't make any ranch waters. You had all the most.
Oh,
of
we
the
had all the
fixins.
fixins?
No, there was not a.
the Citron.
Oh well, that's not true. On Friday night, we did get sent home with a bottle of club soda, Polar Club Soda.
Yeah. The
Which
good
we
stuff.
don't. Well, the club soda's got the sodium in it.
Yeah,
That's why Jeremy can't have it.
no good.
No, that's
I
why
guess-
he likes it.
What?
No, I don't like it. I don't like sodium in my seltzer.
I see him. He just pours salt,
Straight
into
table
his Polar
salt, right?
seltzer,
Yeah, I've seen that too.
For the listener, I'm shaking salt into my mouth.
That looks suspiciously like something else.
Well, just moving on.
Cocaine.
We never did anything like that before.
What's that,
We weren't really
hosting?
sure like how to go about it, and everybody there
Was very nice.
was very nice and very lax and very like whatever, man, just do whatever. So we would just basically call people over.
Except for
Right before-
Morricone Youth. They were very tight.
Yeah, Morricone Youth was very tight. That was not a.
Do not lie.
There were some quick turnovers and there were some weird lulls. But we managed to get through. We had a survival book that I thought would be funny to read. That was what I was like my go-to. And when we first went out there, I was like, I'm going to read one of these every time.
We used it, right?
And we only used it twice because it was hard. Because you know what? As somebody who is a musician and understands like putting your shit up on stage and getting your little center together, I felt very awkward and out of place. Like, stepping over people
Yeah,
I had no
who were
s-
putting their shit up and like.
I had no such problem with this because
no,
I'm not
you
a
didn't.
musician.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. Honestly, it was just my head fuck. Like,
Yeah, man.
that was my personal.
Wait, did you say head fuck?
Yeah, it was my own personal head fuck.
which is a
Your own personal head fuck. Reach out and fuck face.
Okay.
Whoa, well,
That's, kids are checking out.
You
tuning out.
encouraged me to say shit earlier.
I know
Remember,
I did.
I said
I know I
bad
did.
list, and you said shit list.
Well, because bad list doesn't exist.
Okay, naughty, my naughty
that's,
list.
If you're Christmas, if you're talking Christmas, that exists.
wasn't there a show called The Bad List?
The bad list,
Or was that The Blacklist?
the blacklist.
Ah,
That's
damn
still
it.
on,
Oh,
and
is it?
and I know the gaffer.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good. I'm glad he's got work.
he's a good guy.
I'm glad he's got work. Yeah. Show's garbage.
Which one is that? The Blacklist? That's the one with Spader, right?
Yeah.
Adele likes that one. It's
yeah.
so confusing. Because Spader, like, increasingly resembles Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's why James Spader is just, like, slowly shrinking into this, like, bald brain.
Oh my
He's just
God.
like,
He reminds me of Richard Lloyd.
I hear he's good to work with. Uh-oh.
That's what I mean. I feel like James
Does he
Spader,
also
Spader
remind
could
you of
play
George C. Scott?
No, very different. But yeah, I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, Spader creeps me out when I watch any of the Blacklist ever.
Yeah, he weirds me out in general. He weirds me out in general.
You know what? I watched Sex, Lies, and Videotape when I was young. I was probably too young to watch that movie. I want to say that was...
Was there sex on the videotape? I never saw it.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape?
No.
I think that was the debut of Laura San Giacomo.
Nope.
No.
No.
But anyway, James Spader's in it, and Andy McDowell, and it's like it's a troubling film.
I remember seeing it.
Fact check me,
I
please.
remember
Fact check me,
seeing
please.
at auditions. There was this one place, and they had a big
A poster of it, yeah, because Lou DeJamo cast it, or whoever
is
it
that-
was.
is that
I don't think it was Lou DeJamo. It was one of those casting places.
Yeah. That's all I know about that movie. is
No, I think I
seeing
saw
that.
it when I was like 14. I want to say it was 13, 14, because I think it was Home Alone 2, 91. And
You ready? For
I was too young.
You ready for the snot?
Go ahead. Yeah, give me the.
Anne, played by Andy McDowell, is trapped in a sexually and emotionally unfulfilled relationship with her husband, Peter Gallagher. No relation.
Yeah, there's Peter Gallagher and then
Successful-
Jamie Spader boy.
but unpleasant lawyer who's sleeping with her sister, Cynthia, Lauren St. Giacomo.
San Giacomo.
The underlying tensions in the couple's marriage right at the surface when Graham, James Spader,
The old
a friend
college.
of John's from college,
The old college friend.
who's been drifting for
Are
9
you
years,
fucking kidding me? Like
Turns
this
to town.
this fucking plot writes it
and videotape Cynthia and Anne as they talk about their sexual desires.
Yeah, I think I was 13. I remember my cousin was sitting me at that point, Christopher. Like grandma came out, grandpa came out, mom was out, dad was out, and then like my cousin was sitting me for a while. So we just in the hotel getting movies on pay-per-view.
Oh,
He
man.
wasn't gonna let me rock SpectraVision, and spank it.
No.
But I did manage to watch. I guess we had HBO or whatever like that.
I bet you still spanked it.
Not at that age. I think it was the same situation as the old Weldon house. I think it was 2 double beds in one room. So there's no spanks, 0 spanks.
The funny thing is, if I would have gone to this with you and had those double beds, one of you would have had the same story that I had with Ed in L.A. Or you two, maybe. It would have been a Danny and Mike bed and a Jeremy bed. I'm just trying to
You leave your mark deep, Jeremy.
Yeah, we would have had to draw straws. I would have
so?
done it. I would have done it fairly like that.
I would have just.
But I wouldn't have-
I would have
I
just
would've-
shot myself.
I'm gonna go sleep with the hippies.
Yeah, we had a good time. We didn't really have to use the beds too much, but
No, we were only there the one night.
because we were out there rocking.
For the listener, I'm winking.
Oh no.
I get it. No, I get it. No, but we were out there rocking. There were a lot of good bands. Turned out some friends from college were there.
Yeah, well, you had
That
a
was
little
great.
SUNY Purchase reunion.
Yeah, I mean, you already know Adira Amram
Right.
from when we have done a couple shows together, and her sister Alana is also a musician that I went to college with, and
Who
is-
I've known about because my old roommate was her bass player, and anytime he would be like, "I'm
On
going
what-
out with
on
Alana
what,
Amram," like going out
on what
tour.
band? Or...
Just her.
Oh,
band.
cool.
Just
Oh, yes.
Alana's-
And the
Alana's
Rough
got her own
Gems. She had the
thing.
Rough
Yeah.
Gems going, and
So she
is now hooked up with a band called Death Valley Girls, and we we saw them play, and that was a lot of fun.
Who just had their van breakdown, and there's a GoFundMe for their van.
Can we help them out?
If you want to go out there and help Death Valley Girls,
Can we send them if you're playing Mealborn? It would be great if you send them some essence.
It's two things we're asking: daily pies if you're in Brooklyn, New York, in the area.
If you're in the West Coast, help out Death Valley Girls. Or they're on tour right now, right?
They're on tour, but you can find they have a GoFundMe. If you find Death Valley Girls on social media or online, you will be able to find their GoFundMe.
It was good to see some
back on the road.
Some familiar faces from way back, and then we heard some great bands that I had only read about or seen in the paper and not listened to ever, and it was good. It was good to catch some. Like I said, the aforementioned Morricone Youth.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Rocky Erickson was great, guy from the 13th floor elevators.
Yeah, I think Andy Animal, who runs the Meltasia thing, definitely pulled us in with that Rocky Erickson top line.
He just curated a very good festival. Lots of good bands.
Would you stop using the word curate?
Why? What else?
Would you just stop? You live near the Brooklyn Museum, and now just like everything is curated.
Oh my God!
Let me curate this meal for you. Let me curate. Okay, let me curate this seltzer for you. I have cranberry. I have black cherry.
That's not.
Are you as sick of it? Are you as sick of it as I am,
do
Jeremy?
I say curate a lot? I do not.
You just said it twice.
Well, because we're in the moment talking about it.
About what?
Exactly.
Fuck you, man.
Exactly.
I'm not that dumb.
Are you? But if you were like ran a museum and you had to gather art, what would
it be? What would you call that job?
What would you be doing?
I would be curating.
Yes, I agree with you, Michael. He says it way too much.
Thank you, Jeremy. I'm glad that we can come together on this.
Right.
Andy Animal puts a list of bands together that play well in a festival setting.
A wish list, yeah. He really does. And then don't forget about that crazy fucking possum, man. When we got there, I was looking at this lift, and for the listener, I'm a connoisseur.
When you see a lift,
I'm a connoisseur of aerial work platforms.
He was like,
man,
ooh, let me see that.
It had two joysticks, and it looked like it was built around the time of Pong.
It actually lifted the very first Pong because the first Pong was
that
5,000 pounds.
Yes, it came with a room-sized computer to make it work. They hung this. They hung the mascot of Meltasia, who was a big fucked up possum, dressed like Mickey in the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Okay.
From this ancient lift, and then people were yanking on it like a puppet.
Wow.
And then it broke because people were yanking on it like a puppet.
Too much. And then Saturday they reinforced it with much more wood and strong backs, and it looked like it worked better.
It was a lot of fun. Okay.
It sounds like it. I think
it was.
You guys,
it's nice. I like small festivals like that aren't, Bonnaroo.
And Friday night, Raekwon the chef knocking it out. We thought,
oh man,
we thought that it wouldn't be
crushing it.
Yeah, we thought it wouldn't be. It was a good way to end that first night.
Yeah, well, it was a good way to end that first night until he wasn't ready, and we came out to introduce him, and people in the front row were like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, they didn't.
Fuck you! Bring on Raekwon.
I like
we don't want
that.
to see your ginger asses.
I like that.
Fuck you!
Well, for their in their defense, we were wearing assless chaps at the time.
Well, that's true.
So
they got to see a lot of you.
Yeah, they did see a lot of us.
I brought outfits and didn't really wear them. I remember getting very cold that first night, just using all our layers. And I set myself on fire sitting by the
you did
the cooking fire.
Yeah.
There was
a big open cooking pit.
Great food from Buxton Hall.
Yeah. Oh man, that shit was so good.
Yeah.
But he thought he could be real cool, and he was sitting on the end of the grate being like, I can sit here like it's just a rubbly, ashy
I didn't
underneath.
think I could be real cool. I had a cold ass. Jeremy, you know this. You were born with a cold ass.
He wasn't
born with
trying
no ass.
to be
Different.
cool.
Similar,
he
but
just
different.
had a cold ass.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
I wasn't trying to be cool.
Much.
I think not.
You were trying to be anti-cool for sure, I guess.
Yeah, I was uncooling myself by the fire.
And an ember caught him, started to go up, and I was like, Mike, you're on fire, dude.
And
he's like, I'm not on fire. And then he looks, and I'm like, you're on fire, dude.
It set the old...
He's like, thanks, man. I feel it, too. That last intro was dope.
I think the crowd...
No, Mike, you're on fire.
I think the crowd is really feeding back to us this time. Yeah,
I think the crowd really likes the fact that I told them what to do in case they encounter a poisonous snake.
I set the old Patagooch puff jacket on fire and not too worried about it because I heard they have a very liberal return policy.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think you can.
Well, this podcast will null and void that. I'll send that along when you go to get a refund.
Well, what are you going to attach it as a file?
Yeah,
it's too large. It's too large. What are you going to Dropbox it? They're not going to open a fucking Dropbox from you. They've been spying on people. Condoleezza Rice is the CEO of Dropbox.
Dropbox.
She's on the board of directors. She's not the fucking CEO.
Is that true?
I'm sorry. She's on the board of directors.
So
Jeremy, fact check me, please.
I should stop.
Number 2?
I should stop putting my stuff on Dropbox?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Okay, here's another little, speaking of getting set on fire, before I fact check that, I used to wear baggy pants, like Jenkos.
Used to wear
pipes.
Jenkos back in the day.
And I sometimes I'd curl, they were too long, so I just do a little roll.
You'd cuff them.
I remember going into a fast food restaurant, and I was smoking at that point, so I had a cigarette and I threw it down, went inside to the McDonald's or whatever.
Your cuffs, sir, your cuffs are on fire.
And I'm just like, I'll take that, and then at some point I'm like, man, you guys are burning something back there. You should really check what's going on. And then she just like looks over the counter and was like, oh no, your leg's on fire. Yeah, no, it's the cigarette.
It's
burned
you.
A hole through your Jinkos.
Gosh.
I've burned a hole in my jeans with a 4K.
Wow.
Testing a light with no lens on it. There's like a ultraviolet screen and then a shaped lens to kind of focus the light, so the light was not focused, and I was just leaning over it, writing the color temperature on the light. And Tommy Ray points at me and goes, "Your leg's on fire." And I dump a bottle of water on there. I had those jeans for a long time.
Well, I got you both beat.
Okay.
Okay.
This is not a contest.
No,
what is it?
I'm just gonna say, I know. Like,
Wait, is this the Pomodoro story again?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was in Sicily.
You could. It is a burning story. His flesh does burn.
And the Piaggio. Anyway, no, I was maybe a freshman in college, and I had these like parachute, like rayon, plasticky, baggy pants. And at Hampshire, my first year, my buddy from Philly bought this really awesome, like, city massive map of Philadelphia, and it's like 4 feet high or something like that. So it came with this big plastic tube.
Was it made of paper?
Which we turned
of paper?
We turned it
A bong.
We turned it into a bong.
Right
so we got
away.
a 4-foot bong in the hall, and we were smoking hash out of it. And I cleared a huge tube. And I coughed into the bong.
All by himself.
I coughed into the bong.
So the cherry flew out?
The cherry flew out, and it landed on my lap, and I didn't see it at first because I was just like coughing, and my eyes were closed.
Right.
I was just like, and all of a
This
sudden,
is so good.
I looked down, and it just went from being like, maybe a dime size to a quarter size to just like started like spreading. And the rayon was sticking to my skin, and it was like melting, and I was like, oh my God! I ripped my pants off in front of like 10 or 15 people, like on the floor, because we were all just smoking weed, and I didn't want to burn myself any longer. So I ripped my pants off and was walking around in my boxers and had to go to the next building because that's where my fucking dorm room was.
I'll never wear rayon again.
I had to go out in my boxers and walk to the next building and go back in.
That's why MC Hammer flame-proofed his pants.
Oh, because of that?
After Michael Jackson.
It's really stupid.
All of those fire extinguishers were filled with Diet Pepsi. That's the weird part. There's a foaming agent.
Did you see this funny video that's going around on the internet, guys, about a guy who was smoking a cigarette?
Is this going to translate well to audio?
This guy was smoking a cigarette at a gas station.
Oh, totally.
And that's a no-no. You're not allowed to be doing that.
It's against the law.
And the guy told him that, and the driver was like, fuck you, I'm not going to listen, and kept smoking. So the gas guy comes out, he goes, grabs the fire extinguisher from the side of the thing and just lights him up. Just like blows it all over him in his car on him. And the dude didn't like fight back or move. He was so stunned that this just happened.
Did he drive
away?
Just
standing there.
He drove away, right?
The video cuts off. Like, I would really like to see what happened afterwards.
Darn that video.
But
hey, that's a good jumping off point for us in our improv.
Right? Oh,
okay. Jeremy, you're the fire extinguisher.
Okay.
I am the guy in the car. Dan, you're the gas station attendant. Ready?
I'm the gas station attendant.
Yeah, you're the guy who just...
The blower.
You're the one who just fucking
blasted him in the
Blasted you-
Have I already blasted?
Yeah. This is the jumping off point. Ready?
No,
And that's what
I'm
I
the
said
fire
to you.
extinguisher.
Oh my gosh, this
I'm the fire
has been
extinguisher.
I'm the
such,
attendant.
This
So
has
talk-
been
so
such
come
a
outside.
Friday. This
I'm
has
the
been
attendant
this has
who
been
does
a
it.
crazy Friday.
Then you guys didn't
I just want to
understand
smoke
my-
a
You're the
cigarette.
attendant, so you come out and you say, "Hey, you shouldn't be smoking."
Yeah.
I thought it was after that.
No, it's after that. And
Oh,
fire
okay.
extinguishers
You know what,
don't
guys-
talk. Fire
guys-
extinguishers don't talk. What is this,
For
a
the,
fucking
for the
cartoon?
listener,
I want-
listener, we're sorry, and we're not going to continue this because
Yeah.
nobody
And
nobody
scene-
was on the same
and
page.
scenes.
That might be the worst moment of improv anyone's ever heard in their lives.
Well, there's some things we learned.
Still better than that Billy Joel game.
What, that Billy Joel game, which is name the
know.
song. You have 10 seconds to name
okay,
the song.
Captain Jack. Who'd he rip off?
Elton John. That was easy.
Okay,
That's probably the only one we
The
got.
Stranger.
Well, that's got a lot in it. That was one of Lou's gifts to me in my 40th anniversary mix CD, and he's got some piano in there. It's got some disco. You get the disco beat.
Who does he rip off there?
Is it Doug Stegmeyer on that driving bass?
Could be Boz Scaggs.
I never heard that one before.
Buzz Gags.
I'm open to it.
You don't know who Boz Scaggs is?
No, I've never
Country
heard that
artist.
in comparison with
I'm
with
saying
Billy Joel.
think about Lido and think about The Stranger.
Lido Beach.
No. Lido, dunk, 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 whoa, 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 whoa.
Who is that?
That's Boz Scaggs.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's Boz Scaggs.
You guys are totally like an Exit 57 sketch right now, except it's not
Funny?
It's not blinded. It's not blinded by the light.
Wait,
it's the
that's
other one.
Boz Scaggs? You mean,
Yeah.
is that who you're talking about?
Uh-huh. Are you doing it again? Are you trying to fuck with me?
I was just going to go back and
Boz
forth.
Scaggs.
I was going to do the sketch that he was just.
I was
All
wondering.
right, improv is not our thing today.
I was wondering if Dan maybe could curate his own collection.
Oh boy, that word is going to come back. Can we just keep talking about Meltasia? Do you know what we did on Saturday?
Nope.
Mike and I drove an hour and change away from the festival to get the best damn breakfast they have to offer in the Catskills.
At the Phoenicia Diner. We went to Phoenicia, New York to get some really good food.
Is this
And it
one of-
was dope food.
This is one of these Mike. This was a Mike thing. You found this place?
I found it.
Okay.
But Mike was driving.
Okay.
Unlike the
Very
last
nice.
time that Mike was supposed to drive and then
But we
I
don't
had
have
to
to-
drive.
This time
we
I
don't have to bring this up.
time I drove.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
did a
well-
great job driving.
And it was so, this place was so remote, this Phoenicia Diner, that they use Ronnie Brook milk in their milkshakes, which is some like
That's the
farmer's
glass
market.
bottle?
Yeah, that's that farmer's market
Yeah,
milk that I. So I couldn't.
He was very
not.
excited.
Yeah, I
about
had to
it.
get one of those.
Very, very excited about it. And it's in the middle of nowhere. There was no cell service.
It was
So
crowded.
God forbid something we got lost, we would have been real lost.
Fucked. And then I was
We
just
didn't
like,
know how to get out with GPS because there was no service.
and
That's
then I
what-
was
that's
just
how
like,
fucked we were.
and then I was just like, I'm gonna turn off because this looks scenic, and we just like sat on a stream we sat on a babbling brook for
That's
a while,
awesome.
and it was really
we had
cool.
a really beautiful
Moment.
moment. Yeah,
It was maybe a number. It was a number of moments
It was
strung
a number
together.
of- yeah.
Strung together.
Yeah,
You-
we
you're-
crossed into the middle of a stream. We didn't cross streams, but we crossed into the middle of a single
Of
stream.
a stream, yes.
Danny, it sounds like you curated a pretty great moment.
That wasn't me. That was Mike. I provided the food. Mike provided the environment.
Oh, so you had a picnic?
No, we just turned
no,
up.
we
It was
ate-
more of a
we ate
nature.
first.
It was a
It was-
nature hike.
It was a nature
It was
hike.
just a nature hike.
And it turned into a high school nature hike because what do you do when you're in the middle of a stream, in the middle of the woods where nobody's looking?
You pee.
You peed in the stream,
We made arm fart noises.
We definitely made arm fart noises.
and then you slipped off the rocks a few times, got your feet wet.
No, I did not get wet one time.
My dad did that when we were on a. We used to go to the Smoky Mountains a lot.
Is this like the thing in the eyeball again?
No,
Oh God.
maybe no, but he was walking on some rocks and thought he could handle himself and just completely lost his shit.
Those shits are so scary.
Straight on his back.
Yeah, man.
I did do a little slip. Mike helped me once. I do remember that. There
Uh-huh.
was a moment of a slip up.
I'm counting on the fact that he'll remember that stuff when I get older.
That's true. I will. When you need help, man, I got you. Kidney dialysis, I got you.
I might have to help you out with that one, but you
Hey, man,
you guys helped me move. You guys helped me move
true.
2 blocks. I'm very grateful.
That has to be
It was
at
not
least
easy.
worth 2 visits to the senior citizen home when I get there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. I mean,
You're
You'll
already
be here
there.
next week.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This is a great senior citizen.
We're going to start.
home.
We're going to
That's
start podcasting from there. Actually,
I feel like such a young.
Doris,
I feel like such a young buck because I'm
Yeah.
in a different decade than you're in.
Where's the remote?
not by much though.
And everybody here
By
already.
enough.
You're at home because everyone
By
here has the
enough.
AOL.com email addresses. Okay, I used that joke twice.
That's okay. So what do you want to wrap up this here Meltasia story here?
That Claire was really good handling us. She took care of us and got us checked in and out. All the people that we met were very nice, and a shout out to B.A. Miali.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's such a crazy thing that
Turns out
Anthony Miali's
a good friend of the pod.
sister was doing all the visuals on a keytar.
Oh,
wow.
man.
It figures out how to make weird shit happen
She
via
connected-
controller of the
She
keytar.
had gifts. She had a MIDI connected. It was sick. It was good. It was really good.
It was good. It was a very psychedelic weekend. Lots of people were partaking in hallucinogenic extracurriculars.
Not us though.
We did not.
We were good.
We did not. We did not partake in any.
We were behaved.
Yes, we were. Well, I wasn't as behaved as you were. Mike was definitely the DD, and I definitely
Designated dad?
I was definitely
Designated dad.
I was definitely drinking for 36 hours. I was definitely on it.
I
And
had
then
to wake.
late at
I had
night
to
on
wake him up to.
Saturday-
I had to wake him up to drink. Actually, on Saturday morning, I set my alarm to get up and watch the Liverpool game, and they lost so bad. They lost 5-0 to Man
I heard
City.
it. I heard it go off, and then I heard nothing happen.
I was like,
"You
I was
fucking bastard!"
No, I was really well. There was no Wi-Fi. It was not going to happen. No, we had that TV in there that got the soccer, but I'm so glad I didn't watch it. I would have.
It was a little boob
soured.
tube.
It would have soured my day, and we had a good day.
It was a great day.
We had a nice weekend,
and it was a great night. And Mike got in the car after Rocky Erickson was over, and we could have stayed and partied into the morning, but instead we got the fuck out of there.
I was home by like 2:30 in the morning.
You were, and you woke me up.
We drove like
well,
animals.
You drove, and I was awake for some of it. I don't remember falling asleep. I just remember waking up to you being like, "We're in front of your car." And then I turned my car on, and you're like, "Your car sounds like shit."
I'm glad
I
we
was
didn't.
like, "I told you." That's why I didn't want to take it up into the fucking Catskills.
That's what he goes. Dan prefaces this whole trip with, "I don't want to take it up any unnecessary slopes. No, I don't want to take it up any unnecessary inclines."
Yeah.
He goes, and I'm like, "Oh, this is so."
Unnecessary inclines.
so
It's like
good.
you maybe you should get your car fixed
Yeah.
first.
It's good band name.
So
though.
good.
Unnecessary incline.
Yeah.
Not bad.
We want to say thanks to Andy Animal and
Yeah.
Meltasia. That was a
Thank
really
you.
good time. I was so happy to see Alana and Josh Stiles, a couple kids from college, and them bands we played with.
Them bands we
Very
played
cool.
with. Yeah, it was a good time. I hope everybody had fun. Then we were acceptable hosts for the weekend.
Yeah, we wouldn't have.
We made a lot of friends, and we were definitely less on stage and more off stage and talking to people and being present. I think was more.
I came
of
home with
our-
like 2 or
more
3
of our
t-shirts.
bag.
Oh, that's
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't get any t-shirts. Did you get a Meltasia t-shirt? You motherfucker! Did you?
Yeah, but I paid for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't fucking mind. I wasn't paying for that shit.
know.
I wasn't paying for that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. I was trying not to eat all the dirty fried food, but I ate a fair amount of it.
I thought we did pretty well with that. I thought we tried to space it out and sort of eat. And then you got that pulled pork, which I didn't go for.
Oh yeah,
I should have.
yeah. The pulled pork was good.
It was great. There was just sort of husband and wife teams spooning their own food out of crock pots to people weaving around this campground.
Yeah, and I asked them how much it was, and they're like, "Whatever you want, man. It's donation." And I was like, "What?"
That's sweet.
I'm like, this is some fucking
Yeah.
crunchy shit going on here. you know?
Yeah. All in all, we might come back. But if anybody else wants to host, we say do it.
Do it. Yeah, host a
Two thumbs up,
Meltasia
four
if
thumbs
you
up.
are asked.
Yeah, thanks, Andy Animal. Thanks for being friends with my college friends. Otherwise, we
Yeah,
wouldn't
none of this
have
would've
have
happened.
run into you at Chiller
I was
Theater.
going to say thank you to Chiller Theater for having
Yeah,
us.
for,
so we could
connecting us. Yeah, Andy was tooling around on a motorcycle and
Yeah, this guy was rolling around the festival in a fucking Harley.
Yeah.
And just like, fire it up. and then he would like drive 100 feet
Do
to
the
where
same
he was
thing?
parked,
And talk-
turn the car off, and
talk to
go
him.
hang out. Then come back to the stage, just get back on.
Did he
That's my
bring the
that's
bike
my
on
shitty-
stage?
No, he didn't.
Not
there
yet.
was a ramp though.
I was
There
gonna
was an
say,
incline.
We built a ramp.
There was
That
an
was a
incline.
necessary incline.
That
though.
wasn't a necessary
Interesting.
incline.
Any plugs you got there, Dan?
No plugs. No plugs for me. I know I'm in the guest seat, so I don't have any plugs.
Okay.
Maybe plug. He's at D Tamborelli.
I'm
on
at
Twitter, if you
I'm
wanna
at
get
D
in.
Tamborelli. Oh,
He's
yeah.
at Michael C.
That's great.
Morona on Twitter, who, if you want to engage in any sort of political fight, I'm at Remy Balin on Twitter. I do another podcast called Fresh Beef Podcast you can check out.
I tried to refer somebody to you.
Oh, you did?
Online, you remember, because somebody was like, why would somebody so mean say that? And I don't know if you check your Twitter ever.
Rarely, not as much as I should. But check me out on Twitter at Remy Balin.
Snooze.com.
Also, we're part of the Feral Audio Podcast Collective, and very proud of it. Very happy to be.
It consists of an evil umbrella of recording studios.
That's right. And
Evil umbrella.
Yeah, it's a network.
check them out at feralaudio.com. You can get our back catalog there. You can get everybody else's back catalog there. It's a
Our
beautiful
front
thing.
catalog is available too.
Our front catalog that you're listening to right now.
You want to know something? I'll tell you guys. This is the real awesome thing about Feral Audio.
Hit me.
They curate really great.
Oh, you got me. You got me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening, folks.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by Jeremy Balin. The podcast is part of the Feral Audio Podcasting Collective and can be found on their website at feralaudio.com. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also, look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the and spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.